A prison is a scary place. The purpose of prisons is to hold criminals, and some prisons are built particularly to house the most dangerous criminals on the planet. In today's video, we will show you the most unusual prisons in the world. So, without any further ado, let's just get right into it. San Pedro Prison, Bolivia. The renowned San Pedro Prison in La Paz, Bolivia, has a regime that is strikingly lax in terms of what its inmates can do. A prisoner in San Pedro has the option of living with their family, operating a business, and even taking part in the institution's democratic representative government. And these are only a few of the legal actions that can be taken. Because inmates are required to pay rent in order to be housed, a variety of hustles, from the legal and ethical to the comically unlawful, take place within. The stay is great with money. 5 sectors that are separated based on wealth make up the prison. The highest rollers have roomy apartments with an internet connection, hot tubs, and private kitchens, while the lowest earners reside in cramped coffins, with up to 5 individuals crammed into one space. But for other people, that's insufficient. A well-known cocaine dealer even went so far as to build an entire second floor on his home at his own expense. Chateau d'If, France. The Chateau d'If, the early French version of Alcatraz, is located on an island near the port city of Marseille. For a few hundred years, it served as a holding facility for political and religious inmates that the wealthy in France genuinely wanted to disappear. As long as you had the money for an upgrade, your stay at the chateau didn't have to be too awful. Wealthy inmates were permitted to stay in cells at the top of the prison, which sometimes had lovely vistas or comfortable fireplaces. Naturally, the peasants had access to chilly underground areas with rats as neighbors. It's interesting to note that the most well-known inmate at the chateau never really entered the facility, at least not in the real world. Cereso, Chateau, Mexico. Notwithstanding the negative perceptions of Mexican prisons, the Cereso prison in Chateau, Mexico is so opulent that you almost expect Norwegians to administer it. It offers couples visits and Swedish and Reiki massages to detainees. Those who stay at the Cereso are asked to work at developing some outside abilities in exchange for these gifts. Inmate has the opportunity to develop their artistic skills there and sell their works for a profit in addition to learning how to do so. If making things by hand isn't their thing, there are also IT seminars for aspiring tech nerds, sports teams for jocks, and a sizable, well-stocked prison library for inmate attorneys. Yet, dispute resolution is the Cereso's most intriguing aspect. Instead of insisting that a group of criminals forced to coexist try to get along, Cereso made the decision to build a full boxing ring in order to acknowledge the likelihood that fights would occur. Each party dons gloves and boots and goes through however many rounds are necessary to resolve any issues they may have with each other. Getting a shiv to the kidney is preferable to educating them that violence is not the solution. APAC prison, Brazil. Like constructing a sandwich without any bread, the concept of a prison without guards seems to be intrinsically pointless. Yet just as conceited chefs chose to tamper with that time-tested recipe, so did a group of Brazilian Catholics resolve to build a prison system that no one would need to monitor. However, it's not as if you can immediately enter APAC because you committed a crime in Brazil or one of the other nations where they do business. You must exhibit regret for your wrongdoings and a drive to turn your life around while incarcerated in the standard Brazilian jail system in order to be chosen for this program. That is a difficult set of traits to possess, particularly in their notoriously harsh and overcrowded facilities where virtue is subordinate to basic survival. But once you get there, the system changes dramatically for the better. Residents are referred to as recuperandos rather than as convicts or inmates. Recuperandos are not permitted to remain in their cells, with the exception of illness or misbehavior. because work and study are seen as sacred to the program. The recuperandos are also granted an unbelievable degree of trust, which will undoubtedly give any police officers or jail guards reading this the chills. They are permitted to dress however they choose, prepare their own food, and even have keys to the building. Cebu Provincial Detention and Rehabilitation Center, Philippines. Since that the word rehabilitation is in the name of the Cebu Center, it is clear that this Filipino prison's main goal is to do just that. But Cebu wants you to shake your troubles away to pop music instead of the usual 12-step programs, counseling, or even the good old-fashioned method of a radiator and handcuffs. The warden, Byron Garcia, instituted a required dancing curriculum, which is where it all began. Beginning in 2006, he started posting videos to YouTube of the prisoners performing routines to a variety of songs, including Korean pop and Michael Jackson's Thriller. The films went viral and brought Cebu and its people into the public eye greatly, which ultimately led to the Netflix documentary Happy Jail. That's all for today. Hope you found this video fascinating. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching.